Hey there, Transformers fans and collectors. YOLO Park has put out an amazing Scourge, the AMK Pro Series. This is the 22 centimeter model kit. Tons of detail, and you get a Shikishi board. So look at this. This is pretty cool. It's like a hard board that you can use for, well, anything you want to. You put this in your room, on your wall, wherever. Silver trim on the side, but it's a really nice little poster, hard and rigid poster. Thanks a lot to YOLO Park for sending this out to review for free. Super awesome. If you want to get one of these, use my code SHOW&TELL-TOYS at checkout and you'll get a discount, which is always good to have. Nice rigid solid frame. You got the armor, final preview right there. There's also a bunch of parts on here that are die cast as well. It comes with two different faces, faces and masks that you can take off and switch. Accessories are a claw hand, ion cannon, and then also the dark blade. Slide this sleeve off right here. Look at this box art. Scourge, the Terracon, the dark blade there, die cast. Super awesome. Look at that logo right there. That's pretty cool. So these are super fun to open because of all the great extra details and things that you get. Okay, so now this package comes in 3 sections with all the parts. So here are all your parts right here. Anything inside. There's a dark blade. Actually, there's 4 because this does come with a base. Also in here, metal badge. That's pretty cool. AMK Pro Series metal badge. And then you've got your instruction manual as well. So a lot of parts to put together, but it's super awesome when it is all finished and complete. Okay, so you've got the mask here that you can take off and remove to show his disfigured head. And this is loose. This is what you take off right here to put in 2 batteries. Pull this out. It's got 2 light diodes, and you can insert. They're super small. Insert. It calls for 2 LR621 batteries. So once you put those in there, then we'll slide this back in. And then we can use the Terracon logo and light up his eyes. And then breathing. So let me turn the lights off. I'll put these back on. And here we go. Fully on. That's pretty cool. The light up eyes. One more time. And then it's flashing. Super cool. And then breathing. So they kind of go in and out. So yeah, that's cool. And then off. So let's take this mask off. Mask off, and that's what it looks like, the disfigured face. It's got the flashing, and then the breathing as well. Okay, same thing with the ion cannon, kind of the backwards claw, and you put the batteries inside here. You use that same Terracon logo right here, and that lights up that ion cannon. Goes the flashing as well as the breathing. So they're the same diodes that are in there, and then all the way off. Okay, so I've got all my parts laid out here, and we are ready to go and start building this Scourge. So as you can see in the directions, you got part A, part B, part C. The base is part D, and then the rest of the directions. Upper body, head, neck, smokestacks, and front grille. Now, like YOLO Park, how you can move the head, there's lots of articulation. And you get to this lower part of Scourge right here, and this is a full die cast piece. Nice, super heavy duty. So this is metal, as well as the front pelvis piece is metal too. It attaches right there. I had to take this part off, but you actually have these half wheels. On that side. Now we can connect. And you can see the detail of those extra parts. Okay, I've got one arm built, and there are quite a few pieces on this. So this is what it looks like before. This is the right arm. Okay, and the left arm's not built yet, but many pieces go on here. So super lots of detail and pieces to add on every single part of Scourge's. Okay, so let's add in the shoulder part. That goes right there. That snaps in right there. And then let's add in the dark blade. spot right there. And look at these, look at this hand. The thumb bends, these fingers bend. Still gonna move around and bend, but they do have their joints. You can put them however you want. I actually had the shoulder facing the wrong direction. Okay, now that I have the second done, the options here, you've got this claw. So we can attach the claw, and these articulate as well. They open and close. You can kind of put it in different pose, however you like it. Okay, and then you've also got the ion blaster, so you can attach that right there, and that's where you use the Terracon symbol. Okay, that, or you can put on the regular hand as well. So anyway, let's I don't know, I think the coolest one for now, you can fold those in just like that, or you can spread them out. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Okay, now we can add these arms on for now. See him taking form. Pretty cool. Lots of details. So awesome. Yola Park does a phenomenal job on adding details to all of their figures. And when you get them put together, there's so much extra movement and articulation. They can go, he's bending at the elbow all the way to his chest here. Same thing here. I need to rotate this around because it's facing the wrong direction. There we go. But tons of movement everywhere. Let's start building the lower half. Okay, I've got the one leg built, and as you can see, again, tons of extra pieces and details. This is what the original leg starts out looking like. So a lot of extra parts and pieces going on there. Let's add in the foot. And actually before, well, let me put this on here. Add in the foot. So there's the foot is on, and look at that. So here's how much the knee bends, and this lower leg. Oops, and this piece came off, so let's put that back on. Okay, and the ankle moves a lot as well. So that's, like I said before, super cool of how much movement you have in these body parts. Okay, so I've got both legs built, and now the time to put him together. So I like that these hip pieces are die cast and fits in there nice. Okay, other side, slide in. Yeah, feels really good. Okay, now we can stand him up and we can pose him in any pose that you want. Bend his elbow. And that is awesome looking. Okay, so now you can take the piece, Terracon piece, turn on his light, turn on his eyes. You can make him flash, and super cool looking. So tons of detail from Yola Park. Put them in any position. And also what's awesome is it has this stand, and so if you look underneath here, there's a part right here that we need to remove. So now you can see that part right there that you can remove, and we can put it right here just like that. And now you can kind of be floating in the air, and you can adjust them however you want. And he kind of has that floating feature as well, and really good for really crazy poses. So if you wanted to, you can bend this you can bend this thing. He can be flipping backwards, but you can stand him straight up, bend it this way, kind of have him in like a running pose. So just up to you on however you want to place him on this stand, but it's a redesign, so it seems like it works really, really good. The dark sword is awesome. What do you think? Leave a comment down below and let me know what do you think of all the details on this AMK Pro Series. This is the 22 centimeter model kit of SCOURGE. Okay. The other thing we have for the options is this extra claw. We can switch that out right there. You've got regular hand that you can switch out, and then you've got this other face piece, which is more kind of battle damaged. If we zoom in on his face, you can kind of see what that looks like. You remove this die cast mask, and then you remove his other face. So he's got that kind of disfigured face. Okay, and that's what it looks like without. But these two face pieces are pretty much identical, just one has a little bit more battle damage on it. So you can put this one on, see what it looks like. There we go. More battle damaged after Optimus takes him out. Okay, we'll put this back on so we can put the mask on. Alright, let's remove this ion blaster and put this on. And this is what he looks like with the claw. And even on the inside of this claw, it does have a magnet right there. So you could take even that right there, the Terracon symbol, and spin that around. So that's what it looks like with the claw. And then of course, if you put on the regular hand, this articulating hand is pretty cool as well. Very easy to remove and put on. So what do you think? Leave a comment down below. Let me know about this Scourge. What are your thoughts? Tons of details. Even the hips open and close right here. That's just how much movement there is in this figure. Definitely a great one to add to your collection from Rise of the Beasts. But this is from YOLO Park, so thanks again to the YOLO Park for sending this out to review. Super awesome features and tons of detail. Alright, that's it for this episode of Show and Tell. Make sure you check out the channel for more Transformers Rise of the Beast videos and for more exciting toys and collectibles.